Hello everyone, Simon here. How are we all doing? So, I had a bit of an announcement. As you all know, I'm in a different recording space, and I planned on taking this whole, today to just record a shit ton of videos, weeks upon weeks of content for you guys, because I thought, that's handy. Just take a whole day. That's literally my plan. I'm going to read things, and while it's uploading and shit, I'm going to play Zelda for a little while, and I'll come back and record some more. It's going to be one of those days, but the thing is, I wanted to, of course, finish Patrick's Diabetes while I was here, because I figured I might as well and just have it be ready and out of the way by the time I get back to it. But here's the thing. I went to go get it, because if you've been following for a while, you know I kind of can't read shit on the internet anymore and record. I have to, take the story, put it on a Word document, and do it that way, or else my computer lags something fierce. It still does, but my camera fucking sucks. But I should stop cutting off the top of my head. Anyway. But yeah, I went to go get Patrick's Diabetes Part 3, but if you use those handy little links I leave in the description below and all my stories, you'll find that Patrick's Diabetes is no longer there. It's gone. It's not there anymore. Just the entire story. I think that entire page attached to Patrick's Diabetes got cleared out by the looks of it. And I even tried looking it up on Google to see if maybe someone else had saved it, but if you look it up, you just get a bunch of diabetes walks, some other DeviantArts with fan art, and then me, right at the top with my videos. But yeah, it's gone. It's dead. I killed it. Not to brag. No, but seriously, I actually doubt I had much to do with it. If you were watching the past 4 episodes, you know what its quality is, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the first or last person to ever give him shit about it, assuming it's a him. I really shouldn't just assume, but I am. But yeah, he took it down. Actually, from what I've been reading, the discussions and stuff, because I do read anything you guys post attached to my YouTube page, because it's my YouTube page and I can do that. And in the discussions, the person who suggested the story, Mimi Mathen, who I think changed their name to Weiss Star Rabbit or something like that, was discussing with another viewer by Insane Ash Reynolds, I believe is the name, and they were actually talking about the author and how kind of put delicately but hurt and immature he could be about people disliking his stuff. And it's kind of funny how people who only generate low quality material get negative feedback and can't handle it for some reason. They think they should be used to it with that kind of shit. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he just got a little too much criticism and just took everything down. And Norton, go away, I'm in the middle of something. Always tries to get my attention when I'm trying to do a thing. I hope it didn't make a noise that totally disrupted my thing. That would really piss me off. Anyway. So, yeah, it wouldn't actually surprise me if he just got one too many criticisms and just removed everything so no one could get to it anymore. I'm sure because I had already copied and pasted all of Part 2, so I had the whole Part 2, so if they did do it because of me, they probably didn't expect me to do that, so I'd still have Part 4, I guess. Sorry about that. 1 second. My body always tries to remove the lungs from itself whenever I record. I don't know why. But yeah, so that last episode of Patrick's Diabetes was the last episode of Patrick's Diabetes. I mean, if one of you miraculously finds Part 3 online somewhere, don't just fabricate it, please. It makes me look foolish if I criticize someone's work when it's not really their work. But yeah, that was the last one. So I think I'd like to just take one last minute to sort of give my final review of Patrick's Diabetes, just so this feels completed. And this is even going to go on my Patrick's Diabetes playlist, so if any future people just watch playlists, they'll know why I didn't actually finish the story. But Patrick's Diabetes was a very interesting piece. It wasn't creative in any way by any means, but it definitely, I don't know, I think just the fad of the lost episode genre is kind of its big downfall, because I think everyone wanted to make that lost episode. Everyone. And frankly, no lost episode is ever good to me, so it was kind of dead before it started. And I'd just like to take a minute to talk to the author directly if for whatever reason they're watching. I know they're not, they probably never are, but hey, doesn't hurt. But listen, you gotta learn to take criticism. That's just a fact of life. You cannot create things and not expect criticism. Even if it really is good, people will still give it shit. I mean, yeah, I gave your work a lot of shit, but I give everyone's work a lot of shit. You were nothing special. It was nothing personal. But, yes, you need to be able to take criticism if you're ever going to create anything again. Or else you might as well just give up. Because if you can't handle the heat, you really should get out of the kitchen. I know it sucks. No one likes to be criticized. Nobody likes to be criticized. I don't like being criticized. And I'm sure I am all the time. But the thing is, you gotta keep moving forward. Or else you'll never really get to that point where you can actually feel confident in your work. And honestly, I hope you try again. I really do. And I'm not just saying that to be a nice guy, because I'm not a nice guy. I am oftentimes a shithead on this channel, but that's kind of my thing. But you can't really just give up after one attempt. If this has been more than your one attempt, you can't just give up in general. The thing is you actually have to listen to the criticism sometimes. Because a big thing is if you keep getting criticized, that means you're really not doing something properly. Or, I won't say properly or correctly, because that just seems a bit, I don't know, it doesn't seem right. But there's obviously something you're doing wrong if you continuously get criticized. So my advice, be a lot more creative. Like, don't just copy and paste shit from other shit. Just make something yourself. Because if you're just referencing other things, it's not your story anymore. It's you writing out a bunch of scary things you saw somewhere else. And frankly, I can just get those from somewhere else. I don't need you for that. And another big thing, don't fall into what you think people are scary. Write what you think is scary. Because if you just throw blood and guts and shock factor out, it's not always going to stick. Like, it doesn't bother me at all because I'm used to it. And frankly, a lot of people my age who read this shit are used to it. And even people younger at this point, like that 16, 15, 14-year-olds, they're used to it and it doesn't scare them anymore. So you gotta try and think outside of the box. You can't just be stuck what everyone expects you to create, especially in the horror genre, because that's one big reason it's dying. Well, not dying, but has had such a long streak of shit, is because everyone just wants to make the same thing every time. And they don't ever try and break out. That's why through like the 1980s to the early 2000s, we had so many slasher flicks that all followed the same formula. Like from fucking Halloween in like 1978-ish to Valentine in 2001, they all followed a similar formula. So you gotta think big, you gotta think different, and don't just use other people's work. Make your own monster. The only reason you should ever base something creepy off of something else is if the original source material is actually creepy. Because a big thing I have with Patrick's Diabetes is some parts actually made me laugh because of the references. Like having the monster Mr. Krabs in the last episode say, "The money is always right." I just laughed because I pictured that scene from the episode in which the little cardboard Mr. Krabs comes out with a little word bubble, because that scene's funny to me. So yeah, if you're going to make something scary, if you have to use someone else's material to make something scary, pick something that already has a creepy vibe to it. Otherwise, you're just forcing things into... You're forcing two puzzle pieces together that do not fit. And then you have a really crappy looking puzzle, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's Patrick's Diabetes for you. I've got other shit to record today, so I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all real soon. Catch you in the next one.